All right, so Ruth Padelia de Borst, I don't know how to say her name, but I've really enjoyed those messages that we had on here for her. And the shorter clip, the Zephaniah and social justice, was pretty powerful, and I think aligned with a lot of what we already intrinsically kind of know what's wrong in America. Her big thing was against the Scrabble that was $600. But really, I mean, there's so much that we buy that we just, we don't need to. I think about, specifically in like some people that I kind of hang out around with is like around their wine bottles or their whiskey bottles and stuff. And they'll spend this ridiculous amount of money on something for the luxury of it. And not for something that they can actually benefit from. So that could actually help out people live. And so some of the action steps from her message that came down that I think that I can start taking immediately is to number one, not allow myself to live in just the here and now. And what I mean by that is it's being stuck inside of the American culture. And seeing things specifically in my area of culture, the more white suburban culture, honestly. It's very, very easy just to get sucked in, especially since, a good portion of our church is that as well. And it's safer. It's something that we're more familiar with. But I think it causes us to get wrapped up in this terrible mindset, honestly. And so I have to continuously be reaching out of my cultural comfort zone. I have to be willing to get, into areas of the rural community even, and seeing how the farmers work, and going back to my roots of, Elizabeth, Colorado, or, continuing. We do a good amount of rural ministry, of the urban ministry. And so continuing to do a lot of that on Colfax, a very, very poor area of Colorado, a very, very, just urban area that has a lot of diversity on it. And it scares a lot of people. A lot of the suburban churches don't want to go down to that area, but we need to. And so us continuing to do more of that work in that area is not only looking at it as a way for me to serve back to them, but also a way that they can serve me, to help expose my mind. And I think that's the second thing, is that I have to be open to hearing the painful stories. It's safe for me just to remain and hear about some of the struggles inside of little suburban Colorado. But I need to be open to hearing the traumatized stories, as tough as they are. I need to be open to hearing about the trafficking that has happened. I need to be open to hearing about what our refugees are going through and what they experience back at home. Part of what we do right now is we serve a refugee group from the Chin tribe from Burma. The whole Chin tribe is down here in Colorado. And so, once a month I get to go and help out these guys with their youth group and stuff and teach there. And I need to be open to hearing more of their stories, no matter how tough they are. Probably not from the teens, but I need to make the connections with the parents who will share that, who will explain not only what they're facing here in America, but what they faced in Burma. And hearing those harsh stories and letting my heart break, and allowing myself to hear those tough conversations. And then secondly is really to, especially around this season, that, I need to make it hurt a little bit to give, that there should be a little bit of pain in some of the giving financially, that like, well, I won't be able to give this much in present money, but instead I can give some of this over this area. Allow myself just to feel more of that pain. I think that's the biggest thing, is that the challenge that I need to feel more. So those are my personal steps and what I'm going to start taking.